Welcome back, fellow lords and ladies. It is I, Patchy, the cruel lord. Take a bath already. You too. Yeah, we are back in Carthago Nova, and we have finished our stone church, a monument to all my sins. Now, we have the church finished, the marketplace is growing, and we have a manor, and there are many things that I still haven't understood about the game that I am learning through your comments. So by the way, please keep the comments coming, especially if you know something that I don't yet. And some people might be like, how does this guy get early access? He doesn't know how to play. I have a full-time day job. When you see me playing games on the channel, that's pretty much about the only time I get to play games these days. So I just don't get a chance to like do a huge exploration of them. Now over time, I will learn more about the game. So like for instance, you put me in a Total War game, I'll be feeling more at home. But we got some good comments. Please continue to keep the comments coming. I appreciate it. I didn't realize we could upgrade the storehouse. So I can upgrade the storehouse, and same with the granary. And then I'm going to upgrade the ones that were further afield here as well. And apparently they start moving goods around on carts, and it's a lot faster and helps with logistics. A miss on my part that I should have noticed, but I just did not notice. Now, another thing that someone mentioned is that we haven't set a tax policy using our manor, which again, something I didn't know, but I'm pretty sure you have to set that tax policy probably in order to build a treasury. Treasury, of course, helps fuel armies and stuff, which we don't necessarily need here, but we will need it eventually. So let's go to taxes, and you see we have land tax and tithe, and so we're able to set a tax policy. So predicted approval loss. Now we don't want to go too crazy here. And we'll do something like that. If I keep going, will they get angrier? I don't know, we'll do something like this and we'll see how it goes, okay? So we'll set a tax policy. It's gonna hit us a little bit from the approval loss, but our approval is quite high at the moment. So, I mean, we can afford to disappoint a little bit at this point. So we're going to begin the taxes. It says generic storage full. That's going to be the saw pit. Someone mentioned that its log storage is only one, which makes sense. They move a log in to do some work, and then they move out. Now, a couple other useful comments. During the wintertime, we don't need to keep people stationed on the farms. So like once the farms have finished and have like just been completely, so see like for instance, they just finished the harvest. We've brought in, by the way, 36 wheat and 36 barley. We can put those folks to work elsewhere. And I think what we're going to do, let me pause the game, and I'm going to build a little bit more roads. We'll kind of move around. Hang on, how come we can't build a road out here? I don't know why that wasn't wanting to build, but we'll kind of connect both sides of our settlement at this point. So we'll start connecting the settlement, and then not only that, I think we've got the ability to, yeah, we'll kind of connect the road through here as well, just so we can kind of make some shortcuts through town. So we've got the road reconnecting. Now what I want to do is come in. Oh, so there's a few different buildings that I want to put up here. So we got a hold of the charcoal kiln, by the way, which we should start using because it's just more efficient than firewood. And speaking of, I'm trying to remember where I put the logging camp, and this is where we're bringing in timbers, granary, saw pit. Where was our firewood gathering? Is it out over here? Forager hut, hunting camp. Yeah, woodcutter's lodge. I'm going to go ahead and put a charcoal kiln out here near the woodcutter's lodge. So we'll put the charcoal kiln out here. And then I think we also, we've got the forager's hut and the hunting camp. And honestly, we can use those heavier. Like, so the hunting camp, for instance, we can do it in the winter time. Because see, like right now we're running low on animals. There's still a pretty good berry deposit, which is only seasonal. So for instance, I could take these two folks out of the hunting camp because we need to let those animals replenish, and I could reassign them to the forager's hut, and we could basically just go finish picking all those berries. So I'll do that, and then when we build the charcoal kiln, we'll want to put someone into work there. But I also meant for us to come over here in the construction tab We're going to come over to, see, we can convert grain into flour. I'm assuming with barley industry, let's go make sure that we understand this right. So we'll go to industry, or no, we need to make the ale. We have a tailor shop. And by the way, when we convert these into shops, another thing to be aware of is that family leaves whatever job and they become full-time. So like here, when we built the tailor shop, they're now a full-time tailor. And then our cobbler is going to be a full-time cobbler. So we have to remember that whenever we do those conversions. And I believe we'll probably want to swap here, for instance, over to a brewery extension so it produces ale from malt. We need to get malt. And if I remember right, we've got to get the right building here. Yeah, the malt house. So we need to build a malt house. I'll go ahead and place it, I guess we'll place it here. That'll work. So we've got a malt house. And then once we get the malt, I will start working on converting someone over into that. But I'm thinking here, I want to maybe go ahead and build some more burrage plots so that we can just continue to attract more residents, because we have a relatively high approval at the moment. So let's go to residential and let's prop a few more burrage plots around this area here. We don't have enough goods. Really? I don't have enough for 3? Feel like I should, but whatever. Maybe we need to wait. We got the logging camp working, so I'm going to go ahead and start again. We'll build some more burrage plots here soon. But let's let some of our construction get started, and this should improve our situation further. I did tinker around a little bit in another game, like with a little bit of combat. I don't have a big understanding of military yet, but I do want to get to that facet of the game because it's something I want to see. How do they handle? Is it interesting? What does it add to the game? Because I feel like, combat is something that Total War for me has long been far and away the best. Now, this is not a Total War replacement game for me because they're not the same type of game. But I'm just curious. I'm curious to see how they handle it, right? Curious to see that. So, this granary, we're waiting for them to finish the construction. Forager hut, so they ought to be picking those berries very rapidly now, and then we will let the animals replenish, and we'll hit that again. Maybe during the winter time, for instance, the berries will be gone, and then if we can let the animals recover enough, we'll start hunting them. We'll kind of just rotate back and forth, allowing our workers to do one or the other. All right, let's see whether we got any timber here. Yeah, we did pick up some timber. Let's go to construction, and let's build ourselves some burrage plots. Those look pretty decent. That'll give us a bunch of different burrage plots so we can keep people rolling in. Oh, I like that map, how it actually shows the city you built. That's neat. I'm gonna work on trying to get really nice designs eventually too, but this, more of a first run. I'm just not super concerned with the overall aesthetic of the city, but I will attempt to get better at that. We have an iron deposit too, which that seems like it would be good to get a hold of sooner rather than later. Yeah, we are definitely working our way through those berries. Then we got a mining pit where we've been picking up, well, we did pick up some clay. We are not picking up clay at the moment. Being October, I think we are totally done with our fields for this year. In fact, I'm not even sure whether I'll run the fields next year because we need to... What are they doing in the field? The curiosity. I don't think we need them in the fields at the moment. We could always build... Let me remind myself. Should I build another field? Because I need to rotate my fields to where I can keep them fallow occasionally. There's a decent looking spot for a field over there. Now that's like wheat fertility. There's flax fertility, and then barley. Barley is just not good fertility basically everywhere in my region. There's just not good fertility for barley. I mean, the best fertility maybe like way over here. That's still not that great. There's really good fertility for it, like right outside of my land, which is, you know, terribly convenient. I might put a barley field out here. Let's go ahead and build that field. Let's get it connected up on the road. Yeah, there we go. So we'll connect that field, and then for the first year, we'll set it up for crop rotation. So like my other ones are gonna go fallow next year. Let's do crop rotation, and then this barley. I think this will go this coming year. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. And then we need one more wheat field probably again, so we can rotate these fields. And enter fertility. It looks like we have some decent fertility up here in the woods. Decent fertility in a couple of spots, honestly. Looks like this is actually really good fertility up through here, which is strange. I wouldn't think woods would really make for a good... Okay, get another field up there in the woods. And then let's go ahead and build a road out to that. Okay, so we got our roads set up, we got our fields, let's set up crop rotation. And let's set up wheat. So I'm hoping that means that the other fields are gonna go fallow for this season, and then I've got the second fields set up while these ones kinda go through a bit of a resting period here. We have new families moving in, which is good news. We need to get our malt house operational, so let's take that barley. The wheat, did we turn it into flour? What happened to our wheat? I thought we had wheat. We harvested wheat. Do I have a windmill already? Didn't think I had a windmill set up. Now we need one. I don't see one, so I don't know what we did with our wheat. I thought we had wheat sitting around. Stick our windmill there. I could be wrong, and then we'll need a communal oven so we can do some baking as well. All right. All right, so we got the burrage plots on the way, which means we should be able to house more families. Got the new stuff under construction. The malt house should be, yep, turning the barley. Salt, ale, clothes. Where does that stuff go? 36 grain. Okay, so we have the grain. And I believe that's what we need to turn into flour. Yeah, now we have malt. Okay, yeah, we're good. We've got the things we need. So we'll try and make some bread and stuff over the winter. In fact, I can send my farmers to work, but if we don't end up needing them, it should be okay. I do need someone in the charcoal kiln. Maybe 2 people eventually. Hunting camp. Oh, the berries are gone, so let's get these people out of there. Let's put a couple into the hunting camp for the winter. And then let's put someone else in here. And we'll put 1 extra worker over into the charcoal kiln. So I'm kind of just trying to shift some of my work crews around. There we go. So we got some of them shifted around into different production. We are up at a very high approval rating. We're making money too. Fantastic. Our tax rates are going well. So our tax policy over here at the Manor, in fact, I mean, do we risk increasing that a little further? And then we can use that to, I know we can hire companies, and I know that we're not necessarily going to be attacked here, but can we attack other people? Are there no, I don't think there's any other settlements and stuff. Can we go claim regions? I don't know how to claim regions either. It's something I need to figure out, but this is all fun and exciting to learn, honestly. Let's see, so get those assigned. I believe we can still get more people. Expand living space. Oh, yeah. 36 families. I don't get, like, how these work, but whatever. We've got them moved in, and we've got some folks free. I'm trying to remember what we needed to do, by the way. So we need to get a couple of level 3 burrage plots. We need the tavern in order to accomplish that. We now have malt, which means that we really need to take one of these level 2 burrage plots, like this one, and we're going to turn it into a brewery extension. They should be able to... Did that work? It did not. All right, new family moving in. We need to turn this into the brewery extension. And now that we've got the brewery extension, we should theoretically be able to build a tavern. So let's go to the construction. And if we get a tavern, and now with a tavern present, our citizens will have a little fun in their life. And I think at that point we can upgrade to the level 3. So they're working on the brewery. Gotta have some wood planks for that. Our wealth levels are looking good. Let's do a couple of things here. So let's get these folks working a goat shed. Maybe a vegetable farm or 2, some chickens. Chickens. Goat shed. I just want these folks to be productive with something that they've got there. I probably have some that we haven't done anything yet, but we'll continue gaining. And then our brewery is now there, and it should have a worker automatically assigned to it. The pantry, we got vegetables, malt. All right, so we are now making ale, which means we should be able to fire up the tavern here. So we've now got a family assigned to run the tavern. And then with that, I believe we should meet the requirements to get to level 3 as soon as our tavern gets some ale in it. Oh, we have ale, folks. As soon as the ale gets moved over there, we should be good. And the folks are moving stuff around on the carts now. Yep, I can see a customer in the tavern. So let's go see whether that allows me to hit level 3 burrage plots. We just need more regional wealth. Once we pick up that regional wealth, we'll be in good shape. Now, speaking of regional wealth, let's go take a look at some of our supplies. Oh, speaking of, we have other things we need to man up to. We need someone working the windmill. We need someone working the communal oven. So we're going to start making bread. And then our farmers are still on assignment, or still working. Okay. Got a pretty good population. We're over 100 population now, which is pretty exciting. Right. Yeah, there we go. So now we can upgrade to a level 3 burrage plot here. Gonna need some more regional wealth. Our taxes continue to pile in. So speaking of like army, if we wanted an army, we can create new units here. So we're able to create units. We can hire mercenary units. Again, something that we're able to do, and we have to pay them, I believe. I think it's like a monthly contract or something like that. Could be wrong. Find out. But our Burge level 3 is under construction. We got to have roof tiles for it, which did we get someone working on roof tiles? Got the clay furnace, so we should be producing roof tiles. Yeah, we've got a supply of them here. And they are fueled up. So we should be good. We got the roof tiles. We've got people running stuff around in carts now too, which again should speed our logistics. Thank you for those tips. And again, if I'm missing something, let me know. Someone also said you don't have to have someone working the church unless someone needs to be buried. I guess that makes sense, but I'll leave someone there for the moment just because I can. All right, so we got the Burge level 3 upgrade here. Boy, that is a really cool looking building. So here's another Burge 2. Where we're just waiting on enough regional wealth. Let's go take a look at our trade, by the way. We've got a lot of planks. A whole lot of planks. We have a lot of firewood that we need to turn more into charcoal, so I've got 2 people working the charcoal kiln. I might go ahead and assign another family to that. We can kind of catch up on charcoal, but it could just be that people are excited about the charcoal here. We got 60 roof tiles too. We got a lot of roof tiles. We might be able to trade some of those. Let's go to our trading post, trade. And roof tiles, we get a pretty good sale off of them. We can export some of these. It says a trade route's required, though that's frustrating. What do we have some flour, but I don't want to trade that. I want to go ahead and turn that in. We're importing some linen. Just trying to see what else we can kind of trade. Ooh, we have a ton of shoes. But it requires a trade route as well. But man, we can get a good price on... decent price on shoes. We could export some stone, but it's just really not worth much. Right now, we should be... yeah, there we go. We started trading off some planks and got a little bit of regional wealth there. We're only trying to keep a surplus of 30. I need to establish more trade routes as we get some of this wealth as well so that we can trade more goods and be able to do a little bit better there. There's folks... I don't think they have any more ale in the tavern right now. We're going to need better barley supply. Is this our brewery? Yeah, this was our brewery. Yeah, they're lacking the extra. They got 2 ale, so there's still a little bit of ale sitting around. Flour. Yeah, we still have some malt too, so we should have an ale supply for. Oh, we need to check my farms, by the way. Holy crap, it's June. I hope my fields are actually growing. Ah, they're not. Fan-freaking-tastic. I set it up wrong. So my fields are not growing anything, and it's already June. What an absolute miss. That is great. So I messed that up, and we've not gotten any crops this year, so I'm the heir of Carthage, and I'm an idiot, so hope you all enjoyed that one. The berry supply is back and growing. I'm going to take our hunting camp folks, and let's move them over to the forager hut. Start picking the berries. I mean, at least we're not going to run out of supply. We got a ton of vegetables to eat. I thought we should be making bread. Maybe I didn't stick anybody in the communal oven. Sounds like I'm trying to burn someone. Nothing stored inside. Nothing stored inside. But wait a minute. I thought we had flour, right? We do have flour, so why are we not making bread? Okay. They got a little bit of flour. I feel like we should be making bread. Okay, yeah, we are making bread. Okay, good. So we're pumping out slightly better stuff here. Let's go take a look at the manor and see what we can do here. Open the castle planner. Place roads. What is the castle planner? It's 10 garrison space. Garrison units and villagers will shoot projectiles at approaching enemies. Garrison tower increases maximum retinue size by 12, limited to 1 per region. This tool will lay out castle walls. How do you lay out walls? Okay, so we have to... Let's just try this out. We got a lot of planks, so... Alright, let's start building. We hit commit, so I'm assuming that means they're gonna build, right? Alright. Yep, they're waiting to transport goods in. Alright. Well, now I want to go ahead and get to next year, so that hopefully we'll actually grow some things. That would be nice, because I totally blew that. Tavern supply is saying like we're no good now, but I thought we still had malt and we still have malt. Where's ale at? Remind me where the ale. Eggs. Wheat, fertilizer, rye, dung. Ale. Okay, yeah, well, we don't have any ale right now, apparently. So our brewery needs to get with the program here. They've got malt. I don't know how much they require to make ale. There we go. We got another ale. So we're kind of like hit and miss, it seems like, with supply. So we really just need more grain is what we need. This one is set to grow wheat. This one is set to grow barley. We got barley set here and wheat set here. And I think it's potentially all going to grow next year. I don't know. I'm trying to use the crop rotation, but I don't know if I ever get the timing laid out right. So I'll keep an eye on them headed into next year. All right, we got folks picking the berries. And how are we doing? So food supply looks good. We've got the berries coming in. We can go ahead and add another person to work on the berries for now. I'd love to get another one of these upgraded, but the tavern supply is just not there. Like, I'm checking all these storage plots. We've got to do better with the tavern supply. If I could set up some trade routes and export a little more, so like roof tiles and stuff, then we could maybe import a little bit of malt. Kind of get a trade route set and going. What are people wanting, by the way? They hate the taxation. Okay, well, that makes sense. I don't like taxes either. Can't hold that against them. Trade. Let's see. Planks. We just exported a bunch of planks, which gave us some roof tiles as well, but we have to have 96 regional wealth to establish a trade route for roof tiles. Berries, eggs, vegetables. We could export some vegetables. We have quite a few of those. But we don't want to export all of our food either. I mean, vegetables seems like they would be a pretty easy export. Speaking of, this is Burridge plot level 1. Let's maybe upgrade a couple of these Burridge plots while we're considering it here. There we go. Run some Burridge plots upgrades, because those, I believe they make us a little bit of monthly regional wealth as well, if we go down that road. All right, yeah, look, check it out. They're building our castle. So we're gonna try and improve our manor here. This is something I need to learn how to do. I don't understand everything that the manor does yet. Looks like all the goods are there. They're just working. I've only got one family assigned to construction, so... Ooh, there we go. Picked up some nice regional wealth. Let's see if we can establish that trade route here at this point. Because we have a lot of roof tiles. I want to trade some of them. We need 96, so we're one short here. Just one short. We got the new Burridge plots upgrading, so that should gain me more as well. There we go. Now we're talking. Alright, so let's go to trade. And we're going to establish a trade route for roof tiles. And then desired, let's hit export. Roof tiles, I want to have a desired surplus, like, I don't know, like 30 should be plenty, I think. That ought to work right there. We're going to start exporting roof tiles. And with the export of roof tiles, and speaking of, I wonder if we should get more people to work on trade, by the way. Since we can't work on the farms right now, maybe I'll take one person out of there, get them working extra in the trade post too, see if that helps out. And then let's go to barley. I'm assuming materials, yeah, malt. And we want to import some malt. Let's see if we can kind of keep a supply of malt coming in. It's going to be expensive. But with me exporting more, maybe we can offset it, and then maybe if we get a good harvest next year, I'm trying to keep a supply of malt in the area. We'll just kind of see whether it works. Minus 42, yeah. Ooh, that's a big chunk. As we do those, we'll see whether we gain enough. Yeah, minus 14. So like we're actually dropping in terms of regional wealth right now. So I may have a negative setup here. We'll see whether my trade succeeds or not. But did that get me the desired? We do have 1 ale. We have so many shoes. You see that? We have 126 shoes. We need to be exporting shoes. So let's go to the trading post. Oh my gosh, we just picked up a ton of regional wealth for whatever reason. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe we just traded out a ton of roof tiles and planks. I think so. Yeah, we finally traded off a ton of roof tiles and planks. Well, that'll be helpful because we've got a lot of shoes. So we want to export shoes. We do require a route. It's going to cost me 144 regional wealth to establish the route, which kind of sucks. But let's, our cobbler has been busy, so let's establish that trade route and let's export shoes. We want to have a surplus of, I don't know, like 20 or 30 probably is all we really need. So we should be able to export a lot of shoes. Thinking something like this. And hopefully we'll make some cash off that. Means we should have a tannery and other stuff going. All right, now let's see if that'll help us like kind of charge up some wealth. The market is flourishing here. I like it. All right, harvest season ended, but of course I'm a moron and didn't harvest anything, so that was absolutely and utterly brilliant because I'm the heir of Carthage and I'm just that dumb apparently. We do have a tavern supply now too. Fantastic. What are we missing here? It says requirements not met. What do you mean requirements aren't met? It shows all the requirements met. Upgrade to level 3. There we go. And upgrade to level 3. Awesome. And that'll also allow for more people to move in too. So we've got our 2 upgrades going on. Man, those roof tiles and stuff on the birds level 3 looks pretty cool. Our food and fuel supply is looking excellent. We're starting to crank some charcoal, I think, and the charcoal would be a more efficient heating. Okay, we traded out a ton of shoes. We've got a lot of regional wealth now. That is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Chickens. Run some more upgrades so we have the chance. So we make more regional wealth off of these upgrades. This burridge plot doesn't have a function here. Run eggs. It's our tailor shop, cobbler shop. Just make sure. New development point, sweet. Vegetable farm there. All right, let's take a look at our development point. See what we could best spend it on. What is this? Upgrade to enable the building to extract resources indefinitely if placed over a rich deposit. Now, do we have a rich deposit here? We do. That means we could get indefinite iron. That would be pretty cool. Trade logistics, better deals, removes tariff from foreign imports, effectively taking or reducing all import prices by 10. Wow. That one would be good as well, because then that would give us the ability to import tons of stuff. Heavy plow. This enables employing an oxen at the farmhouse for significantly faster plowing of large fields, as well as bringing crops back to the storage. Now that could be handy, and I'm wanting to farm a bunch this next year, so let's go ahead and try that one. Interesting. Okay. So we'll go ahead and spend that point. Now it wants me to get 10 level 3. So we're currently at a small town. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I feel like we're slowly and surely making some progress here. Got another one that we can upgrade to level 3. So as we're able to make these upgrades to level 3, let's make those. There we go. Let's let those upgrade. And we should have all of our fields. We'll probably want to add a plowing station here. So we're going to upgrade the farmhouse. I'm going to have a bunch of families work in the fields. And hopefully we can get ourselves some good harvest next year because we have 4 different fields. I'm going to see what happens if I try and work all 4 fields. And then if we put the oxen in here too, that may make us more effective. And let's just see what happens to our farming. People are really hating the taxation. And again, I don't disagree. I also despise taxation. So let's give them a little bit of a break here. Let's cut the land tax down a little bit. There you go. Patchy loves you. Regional wealth is soaring now, which is great. King's favor can be used for diplomatic purposes, including pressing and refuting claims. Tax to be paid. Generic storage full. I think that's just the saw pit still. Alright, so we've got 5 burrage plots still to go that we want to upgrade. Level 3 requirements not met. So we're still struggling a little bit with that tavern supply. But we got enough to upgrade some of our plots. Like this one's missing some food stall. How do we make more food stalls? Do we just need more like people with vegetable gardens or chicken coops? Or do the farmers, like, do they make stalls? Or is it the people running the granary makes the stall? Maybe it's the people in the granary make the stall. They've only got a few vegetables over here, though. What's the other granary look like? Oh, we don't even have anybody working it. Let's throw someone in there and see what happens. They can move food around a little bit better. Speaking of food, we got a lot of eggs and a lot of vegetables at the moment, so people are going to be eating vegetable omelets. And we're in January, which means we are coming up on our farm season. Okay, so this year we're gonna have barley, wheat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and right now it looks like these are gonna be on opposite rotations, but I kind of just want them all to go ahead and grow this year. It would probably be better to have them rotating, but I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see whether we can get them all. Hello. Wheat. Barley. Okay. Let's mess with a little bit. Wheat. I am curious to see what we can do from a farming standpoint. Whether we can handle all of this at once. All right, so let's go to livestock. All right, hang on. Plowing. Permanent livestock. Let's assign a livestock worker. All right, so we got Hans working in there. We got more families. We can get them assigned to the fields because we're about to start working those fields. And speaking of livestock, I wonder if we should build yet another stable. Probably wouldn't hurt. Let's go to logistics and let's build another hitching post and see about moving more livestock around town. Okay, we are coming up on farming season. We've got that heavy plow upgrade. We've got 4 families assigned to farming. I could assign another one too, and let's see how well they can work fields. Speaking of working, the berries are now gone, so we need to take our forager hut. And let's put a couple people into the hunting camp. Do a little bit of hunting until the berries are back. Cutter's Lodge. Let's get out of construction and let's see how we're doing on like... Yeah, we're doing all right on charcoal. I feel like we could produce even more charcoal, so let's go ahead and do that. Put our workers to use there. How do you have -1 meat? That one's news to me. Man, they should start working the fields, I'm thinking in March. Like I said, we could assign one more family here if we need to. I feel like this is a pretty good place to be in, though. Better food stall supplies. Interesting. Do the people in the granaries not make... Yeah, see, it says market. This family owns a market stall. If you unassign them, the market will have to be taken over by someone else. How do you get them to make the market stall, I guess? It's like I have these folks working in the granary, but... Let me put another one in there, like see if we can get more folks working there and moving more food through it or something. Maybe we just don't have enough people pulling the food to help move it around town. Okay, the tavern's producing at the moment. Just need more food stalls, and I can make more upgrades to the Burridge level 3. Tavern and food. Looks like they finished building the wall around our manor. Okay, and yeah, they are working. They should be working the fields. Yeah, look, check it out. We got the ox working the plow here. Nice. Yeah, we got folks coming out here to work too. I'll tell you what we could do is, for the time being, we could take our... We could take like our windmill operator and our malt house operator. Well, no, because we might still have malt, but let's take our windmill operator and let's put them to work on the farms for now until we get a harvest going. There we go. All right, so we got multiple fields being worked. And the ox should help considerably. Yeah, look at that. I got that field all plowed. And then it looks like they're going to head over to the other one. Excited to see. Yep, okay, so they're starting that one. All right, so we are getting all the fields plowed. This one is being sowed. So this should help us get all of our fields planted during growing season. This one's, they're still busy on, like we haven't finished the plowing here, but we'll get to it. Good progress over here with the ox. It looks like they are sowing. They finished sowing the barley here, or at least they're about to. Yep, so now they're just growing barley, so by April we already had it going. This one they need to finish sowing. 47, okay, yeah, so they are sowing. This one still needs plowed. They've gotten started. The ox is nearly finished plowing this field. Boom, okay, yeah, well, we should get a solid harvest this year then. I'm hoping if we got multiple fields. And we'll see how that goes. The berries are back. Let's swap off of our hunting camp. And let's go get those berries. Add an herb garden. Ooh, that would be a good idea. Let's do that. Get the herb garden added. Awesome. Okay, so how are we doing? What do we got going on here? Is the tavern actually serving ale? We still don't have the food supply. That's so frustrating. Like, how did I run low? Like, I felt like we had the food supply totally covered. We need more market stalls with food. At least 3 types of food supplied in the marketplace. So that's our problem. We need a consistent supply of multiple types of food. Okay. Which means we can handle that. We got eggs, we got vegetables. I will soon have bread and stuff because of our farms growing. Yep, look at that. We finished that field, so it's now been plowed. It's gonna be a little late to get planted, but I feel like we're gonna get a good return here. As soon as these folks get done farming too, I could put them to work like hunting or something. We're gonna let the wild animals recover. We got the berries being picked. All right. Feeling like this is good, man. Our wealth is flying now. We just need to get more market stalls, so we gotta have different types of food. So bread would cover one. So if I go to the different food, we'll get bread soon. We've got eggs. If we could keep a good supply of berries coming over here, we'd be in good shape. They're just not picking the berries at a decent speed. Now that we have the farms all plowed, I might take one of those at least and go into the forager hut. Let's see if we can speed the berry picking. Did we ever get anybody assigned to this hitching post, by the way? We have not. We need more people in our settlement. I could get that if I could finish upgrading the level 3 burridge. They're looking for 4 types of food. Okay, yeah, look at this. We're getting some wheat growing there. Or sorry, this is a barley field. We've got barley growing. Crops. Next harvest. Awesome. All right, so we got some stuff growing. How are we doing on the berry? I feel like we are not picking those berries at a sufficient rate, and I don't understand why. Let's... Large storehouse has a couple people working in it. They're making stalls. Selling stuff. Granary. Need more people here to work. If I upgrade a burridge plot, I can get more people here, but maybe... I don't think a burridge level 2 allows for... Yeah, it doesn't allow for another worker to come in. Requirements not met, so like they're still... Yeah, we're hurting for the food supply stalls here. We don't have a varied enough food supply. We need someone to get a berry stall going over here. Do we have anybody doing berries? See vegetables. Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies. There's this food stall. Can't tell what they got there. Some of these food stalls look fairly empty. All right. But we are trying to get berries on the table, which is not really working out that well. Level 3 here. We've got a lot of vegetables. How was it that we could get the bakery extension? What's this? Development branch missing bakery. Okay. I was wanting to say you could get apples in somehow. Shop. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to do a better job getting the stalls open. Trying to supply the berries here. We are definitely starting to get some berries picked. It's a matter of getting them moved into proper storage now. Where's our foragers? Yeah, they're getting berries, but they should be all getting moved back into town. I think we're just not keeping up with supply, essentially. All right, we're going to get a yield of 20 wheat there. We've got 19 barley. Pretty poor yield over here. That was the last field to get finished, I think. I mean, we're going to get some stuff. It's not going to be amazing, but we're going to get some crops. Like, we still need 4 more level 3 burridge plots. We have so much wealth, though. I mean, we could import some needed food, right? Well, those are expensive imports. Holy crap. Everything's expensive to import. That trade tariff thing would be super handy. Let's see if we can start importing a few apples and see whether or not we can get another food stall started in that regard. We'd have eggs, vegetables. Speaking of... Yep, birch plots. And then what are we doing on clay, leather? We don't have much leather right now. Is it because we're using it all up, I would assume? Didn't we have a tannery? Stone cutter's camp, communal oven. I don't remember. I don't remember if we have a tannery or not. Yeah, right here's our tannery. We got someone working the tannery. And I think we have plenty of hides still. I wouldn't say plenty, but we have some hides coming in from our different goat sheds. I think it's better with hides whenever we're hunting the animals, but right now we're hitting the berries pretty hard because of the seasonality there. We're still lacking the food supply, and then our tavern supply is off and on. But we're getting close to harvest here, and we're going to pick up a decent amount of... We're going to pick up a decent amount of wheat and barley. So they should be out getting ready to harvest. Yep, they're harvesting up here, so we're starting to pick up barley, and then that means we need our different malt house. So the malt house is going, so the malt house is going to have work. We're going to need to get someone back to work in the windmill as well. So we're picking up wheat, got some barley. I want to put someone back to work in the windmill just as soon as I can. We're hitting those berries pretty hard. We got a bunch of berries, but I don't know if we've got anybody on the market that's like actually trading in them. I feel like I'm trying to provide different food, but we're just not super successful here. All right, the harvest season ended. Picking all the remaining wheat. Got barley over there. We got quite a bit of wheat up here in this field. I feel like that was pretty successful. So like we ended up with a decent bit of grain there, but it's almost like we just can't get enough barley. God, where's our brewer? Brewery. We are producing ale. We're not producing it at a tremendous rate, but we're producing it. Someone functioning in the windmill again. All right. Seasonal berry deposit is almost gone. I'm gonna go ahead and take the folks out of the forager hut. Let's go into the hunting camp. Hunt up some of the critters. And what else do we need to get done here? It says we don't have crops anymore, and I think it's because they've converted it all, like we have grain and flour. And then we're going to be working on malt as well. Sorry, hang on. Is that the... We have 2 farmhouses? I did not realize I had 2 farmhouses. That seems rather redundant. Well, I don't know. I'll keep it for later. Maybe we'll use it. Are we already out of... Did we already run out of barley? Like, did it go that quick? Man, we are even lower on food supply now. Like, I feel like we're... I just cannot get the market food supply up. I wonder how else? Like, so... Meat. We're not able to keep a consistent meat supply out here. We need, like, a ranch of some sort? Maybe that's what we'll try. Hitching post, pack station, storehouse, farming, a pasture. Let's look here. Where can we get a pasture set in? we'll set this up as pasture. And then if we maybe take this farmhouse, because I don't need it, we'll demolish that. And then we'll build a workers collectible sheep farm, farmhouse, field. If we do, let's see, trade. Where do we import the livestock? Hang on, let's see that again. So, we need a livestock trader. Trade livestock trading post. A livestock trading post. We're gonna build, kind of keep learning here. I gotta tinker around with this. We gotta find a more steady supply of meat. I feel like we get that down, it's gonna help us a lot. Because we're just hunting right now, and we're hunting a lot, but it's just not enough of a supply, I think, to keep the market stalls open. I feel like we gotta provide a better one. Crafting materials. So we got a lot of flour. We somehow ended up with like no malt, which, did I accidentally set up like an export of malt instead of an import? Did I screw that up? I hope not, but I'm worried that's what I did. No, we're importing. We're gaining a ton of regional wealth. I could just try and import more malt. See if that helps out, like try and keep a supply of malt coming so that we can keep some ale in the works here. We do have ale right now, so maybe it just converted very quickly because of the demand. I don't know. It seems very possible. All right, here's our livestock trader. I need someone to work here. Let's trade livestock, trade mules, horses, sheep, lambs. Can the sheep, trade. We'll use the lambs for meat, I would assume.
We all know what that means.
Pasture space for, we can only fit. We got a ton of pasture space over here. I gotta figure this out. Like, I gotta figure out how we can start getting meat out of a farm. I know it says we can get a sheep farm. Maybe we have to have more development to be able to farm other critters here. But like, so sheep breeding, for instance, we have. So maybe we should have been getting sheep. Plows a fallow field. Ooh, it's a pasture which rapidly restores fertility. Man, that would be handy. Rye cultivate. Unlocks rye crop for fields similar to wheat. Rye can be processed into flour, but it's more resilient and therefore can be grown in places with lower fertility. Now that is interesting. Okay, feel like we're learning slowly but surely here. I wanted to get a little farther on this episode, but I mean, I guess we did finally get some of the level 3 burrage plots. We've got to figure out this food thing. We've got so many vegetables and eggs, and I feel like we need to be doing better here. Let's go ahead and, I'm assuming we're going to need the sheep farmhouse. And then I've got this set up to bring in lambs. But let's go ahead and say no trade, and let's maybe bring in some sheep. Sheep are going to be expensive, but we've got a whole bunch of regional wealth right now. So, and we have the sheep breeding, I think, so we could probably just bring in a few of them and try and breed. Some of our critters end up in the pasture. Yeah, we have a few out here. What do we set on farms? Because it's rolling around to February. We got 3 people working the farms. I think my farms are set to fallow this year, which honestly we can't afford. How come it won't let me change the crop type here? Is it because my construction screen's on? Huh. It's not letting me mess with the... That's weird. I don't know what's going on, but it's not letting me mess with what I do with it, so I guess I can't do anything about it this year. None of them can be touched at the moment. That's frustrating. Alright, we got animals in. I need someone working the pasture. Let's maybe pull one person out of there. Let's get someone working the sheep farm. I think feasibly... Check storage, livestock... The sheep farmer's doing? I'm way over here. It says this person's assigned to the sheep farm, so I'm curious like what they're up to. I went all the way over to this birch pot. I guess that's where they live, maybe? Herd sheep, herder, reassigned family to a different workplace. Alright, well, I've got a lot to learn here. Apparently we're picking up some wool, but I need to figure out how to get meat. So I'm gonna go try and learn how to get meat out of these farms. Or sorry, these ranches. Because I feel like that's where we're lacking. We need a good, solid meat supply here. Berry deposit is all grown in, so I think I'm gonna swap my hunting parties over to berries. Well, I got some work to do. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. I will see you soon with some more action in Manor Lords. HeirofCarthage signing out.